Alright, yo, I'm back, my bad. You ready? I'm not. Not gonna lie to you. Gotta lock in. What's goody team? What's goody team? Welcome to this weekend's weekly market breakdown for the week of February 1st through the 5th, or 6th, or 7th. What day is it? The 6th. Um, Let me know if you guys are good in the chat. I'll give everybody another, what? We'll give everybody another, what, 3 minutes to join? I think 3 minutes is pretty good. We'll give everybody 3 minutes to join, and then we will get started. Um, I wanted to use this session, specifically for Inferno too, Mr. Inferno. I know he had a lot of questions about the market maker's pattern and everything like that too. So, we'll go through it on the daily time frame. For the first couple pairs, I don't want this session, especially because I started late. I don't want this session to be longer than an hour and a half. So we're gonna, we'll do what we do here in the weekly market breakdown, guys. We'll talk about the market maker's pattern, daily time frame, update our daily highs and lows. We're already at the start of the new month, so we'll update our, our monthly continuations. We'll do the same thing on the 4-hour time frame, 4-hour highs and lows. Update our weekly continuations. Same thing on the 30-minute highs, 30-minute lows. See if there's any continuations to start off the week. The market on Friday fucking took a shit. Let me tell you guys, there's a lot of news, especially over the week or over the weekend. Government shutdown here in the States. I'm not sure if they reopened it. I haven't been active at all on social media, so I have no fucking clue what's going on. Little life update as well. It's been a pretty fucking crazy week. For the ones who know, my car was broken into on the 31st of December, so to start off the new year. Long story short, I got a new car yesterday, so things are looking up for the first time in a whole month. So I should be back home. I'm planning on being back home by the 22nd, the 23rd of February. So I still have a few more weeks here in Miami until I go back home. So we'll get everything taken care of, right? Everybody who's wanted to do one-on-one sessions, we'll be back on schedule very soon. What else? Any other updates? Not really. Trading related news, really nothing crazy. That's pretty much it, guys. As always, we'll be going over the pairs you see on the right hand side with the red flag next to their name, starting off with AUDUSD, finishing off with silver. We'll do what we got to do. Any questions in the chat, let me know. Anybody who's watching the recording, if you guys have any questions, let me know. As always, you guys could message me on Discord, put your questions in the comment section if you're watching the recording. For those in the live session, if you guys want to type in the chat, ask any questions, let me know. Again, just a friendly reminder, I only have one monitor here, so unfortunately I won't be able to see the chat right away, but I will be going back and forth from the chat to the charts and vice versa. So any questions at all, let me know. Any specific pairs you guys want me to talk about, let me know. Any entries you guys took this week that you want me to analyze and go over and explain, just let me know. If there's no questions in the chat while I do this, again, I am going to take the first couple of minutes of the stream to really talk about everything in depth. So then that way, if anybody has any questions, I'll answer the questions that were asked this week. The questions that were asked to me personally, I will be answering them here in the chat or in the stream. So if there's no questions outside of what I need to speak about, everything else is going to go by pretty quick. Again, I'm going to explain the market maker's pattern. I'm going to draw it out, what we look for, how we draw it out, everything like that. I'll explain that in the first couple pairs. But then after that, I'm just going to go through it one by one. Give me 1 second, guys. Kendall, I know you in Discord, but any questions? If you could hear me, you're muted. Yep. Daily engulfing. Yes. Alright, bet. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do on the stream, guys, is I'm just gonna draw out the market maker's pattern. Right. This is what we look for on the cycle on the daily time frame. Every single time when we're on a new chart. Right. Market maker's pattern is just a cycle of the charts, right? That tell us when price is on an uptrend or vice versa when price is on a downtrend. The downtrends and the uptrends both have the same thing, right? Two zones of consolidation and three levels, right? Three pushes to the top side or vice versa, three pushes to the bottom side, and two zones of consolidation, right? You have your peak high, and I'm going to label them here so you guys could have it. And again, you guys should have this drawn out in front of you. I have this drawn out in front of me every single day in my whiteboard back at home. You guys should do the same, right? So we have our peak high and our peak low. We have I'm gonna keep drawing it out with this tool, right? We have level 1. We're gonna mark this as red. We have level 2. Then you have level 3, right? And on a downtrend, you have the first zone of consolidation, which is called A1, brother. Right, you have A1, which is the first zone of consolidation. And then you have A2, which is the second zone of consolidation. And then again, same thing on an uptrend. You have level 1, then you have level 2, then you have level 3. And then the same thing. You have your first zone of consolidation on an uptrend, which is called V1. And then you have your second zone of consolidation, which is called V2. And then once again, the cycle repeats. After the 3 pushes are done to the top side, price goes and gives you, that was a horrible drawing, sorry about that, we'll try that again. Right, and then you have the same thing. 3, and then the same thing, 1, 2, 3. It's the same cycle being repeated. Right, and then you have your 800 EMA, which will be on the chart. Right, so again, for those of you guys, this is the first time you see the market makers pattern drawn out, make sure you guys draw this out. Get a composition notebook, get a loose leaf paper, get a napkin, toilet paper, whatever you want, a sticky note. Make sure you draw this and have it in front of you at all times. At all times. I don't care if you've been trading for 2 days, 2 hours, 2 years, 2 decades, 2 centuries. I don't care. Draw it out. Have it in front of you at all times. Right? That way, your vision could be so much more clear on the charts. The more you see it, the easier it's going to be able to see it on a day-to-day basis. Right? Same thing on the chart. Right? You have your 3 pushes to the top side, your peak low, your peak high, your 3 pushes to the bottom side. We already know we're in level 2. Price gave us a break. We're back at the top of the zone of consolidation on a downtrend. Our safety trade. This is our point of interest. Just because price is at our point of interest, does that mean I'm getting into a trade right away? No. We need to see price turn around now. Now we want to start seeing price making lower lows and lower highs. We want to see that downtrend before we start. It is the same thing. Right, so this is what the market makers pattern looks like. On the downtrend, you have level 1, then you have your first zone of consolidation, which is A1. You have level 2, your second zone of consolidation, which is A2. Then you have level 3. In level 3, you're in peak low. You got a double bottom. You got an inverse shoulder head shoulder. Or you could get a zone of consolidation in peak low, the same thing in peak high, to then continue. Right, level 1. Then you have the first zone of consolidation, which is V1. You have level 2. Then you have your second zone of consolidation, which is V2. And then you have level 3 going into the previous peak highs. Right, and then again, this is where you would want to start seeing price turn back around and start giving you the downtrend pushes. Super simple. Right, any questions, guys, let me know. It looks like nobody's going to be in the chat, so it's just going to be me and Kendall. So we're going to go through this fairly quick, guys. I'm going to just be honest with you guys. I don't even want to do this session today. Gonna keep it a bean 50 with y'all. I don't even want to do this session today. So AU, where are we? Right, AU. What's up? What rules, bro? It's not important right now. Not important right now. It's not important right now. Right, so AU. Right now we know that we are at the start of level 3 on a downtrend. We had level 1, first zone of consolidation. We had level 2, second zone of consolidation. And this is where price gave us the valid break below the zone of consolidation. It gave us the break of the zone of consolidation. It gave us a lower low. And all we're looking for now is that lower high to be set. On the daily time frame, we had a month of counter rise. This month gave us a second month push to the top side. Cool, no problem. Here at the top of the zone of consolidation, we know we have a gap at the bottom of the market, and we also have a valid engulfing candle. So boom, we're on our point of interest. Not only are we at our point of interest, but we also have our first confirmation of a downtrend, which is an engulfing candle. Perfect. It's exactly what we want to see. Exactly what we want to see. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we have the highs. Let me see where I have these highs set. Okay, cool. We had a week of rise last week. This week, price gave us a week of no net. Cool. So no continuations on the 4-hour time frame. And then on the 30-minute time frame, price gave us higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, change of character. So now we have a 30-minute change of character, which gave us lower low, lower high, and then price gave us a lower low, break of structure. Perfect. All right, so right now on AU, on the 30-minute time frame, we have a little bit of confirmations that tell us that price wants to start giving us that downtrend push. We're trading between, I got you. We have this lower low point and this lower high point. Move STP, we had a day of drop. We had 3 days of rise, which was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Or I'm sorry. What am I saying? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday gave us 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, the market must do what? Move sideways or go down. And what did the price do? Go down. So again, the market is doing exactly what it needs to do, guys. Beautiful. God, it's cold over here, man. Fuck. Change, break, right, retest of the engulfing. Beautiful. It's exactly what we're going to be looking for. Right? If price could give us that pullback, right? We have the change, we have the break. If price could come back, give us a pullback in the engulfing candle, we could start looking for a trade here to then continue those downtrend pushes back down to the bottom. That would be the most ideal situation on the market. Now again, I also just want to get my charts ready for tomorrow, so I am going to go ahead and I'm going to make it a thing now where every session, well, the weekly market, bro, where's my phone at? God damn it. I was just using my phone too. Where's my phone? Oh, it's over here. It's too dark. I couldn't see it. I'm going to make it a thing at the weekly market breakdowns to, calculate STP. So 66 minus 33% is 44 pips. Right, and this will give us an idea too, because we know that usually the markets, as soon as they open for the week, we'll get a little bit of volume, right? So market already did 50 pips. I already know for tomorrow, AU, we off, so I'm turning it off. On to the next one. Right, we can see how much the markets have been moving already. For AUDCAD, and by the looks of it, I'm also just going to speed it up because fuck, there's nothing to trade tomorrow. For ACAD, we are in the first zone of consolidation on a downtrend. Again, this is called A1. We're at the top of the zone of consolidation, so we are looking for our safety trades up here at the top side. Our daily highs, we don't have to update them just yet. We still have those inducements of the highs, so I'm not going to update those. We have a month of counter rise, no continuations. On the 4-hour time frame, we have, where's our highs and lows at? We had our 4-hour break and then the 4-hour change. Right, so our 4-hour highs are over here at the top side. We had a week of rise and then price gave us a week of no net, so no continuations on the 4-hour time frame. And then on the 30-minute, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, change of character, right? And then price gave us these lows that we don't have a valid break for just yet, so we're gonna keep those 30-minute lows as they are for now. Right? We have 2 days of drop. Price opened up with a gap to start the week off. We went down on Friday and we filled the gap up that we had at the bottom of the market, so we could go ahead and delete this already. And then looking at STP, 60 minus 33%. 60 minus 33% is 40 pips. And for the day already to start the week, we've already done 50 pips. Right, so AUDCAD, we already know for tomorrow's trading session, nothing's going to be done. For Euro AUD, 124 minus 33% is 83 pips. And for the day, technically speaking, we already did 100 pips. Let's start from the daily. See if we can finish this in the next 20 minutes, right? EA, we are in level 3. Price has given us a pullback, perfect. We had a month of drop, price gave us a second month of drop, still trading between the same daily high and daily low. The 4-hour time frame, we have a change of character, lower low. We're still trading between the same 4-hour high, but the 4-hour low is now going to be over here. Oh, it's a big 4-hour box. It's a big box, man. I'm not used to it. Word to candle. So we have our 4-hour lows down here. We had 3 weeks of drop, price went down, gave us another week of drop. This could still be, no, we got an hour left. No way that'll give us another no net. No way, no way. Still making lower lows and lower highs, moving counter trend. So EA will be a little bit patient with, just a little patient. And then on the 30-minute, we had lower low, lower high. Then price gave us a little inducement of these lows, right? And we could sit here and say, oh, we got a change of character. Okay, cool. After the change of character, what do we want to see? We want to see a valid break. So before I even start taking trades on EA, I want to see price give us a break of these highs. Right now we have the inducement. What do you mean? Week. You're right anyway. This week is a no nut. Never switched it. This one is a no nut. So we had a week of drop, then a week of no nut. Yeah. And then we had a week of drop last week, and then this week gave us another week of drop. So we have 2 weeks of drop right now on EA. And then on the 30, again, STP has been hit already for the day. So at this moment, what I'm waiting for EA would be for price to give us a valid break of these highs. Right now, price gave us the inducement and just melted back down. So we'll be patient with EA. For EURCAD, start from the top. We don't gotta skip steps. Daily time frame, we are in peak high territory. We had a month of drop, and then this month price gave us a rise. What's up? What time frame? Yeah, right. Because it was either say, right, we're trading lower low, lower high, lower low, and this would be the change here. Or regardless, I would say this is still just lower low, lower high, and then this is where price gave us the inducement, right? Lower low down here and say that this is the change. But regardless, we would still be trading in that change of character anyway. Same 30-minute high and 30-minute low. Alright, then the other one. Facts. Yeah, I said that what last week or I think the week before. I'm like, yo, there's a reason why you're the only one in the group that's actually trading. Outside of Adrian, I can't really say anybody else. Nah, it's no disrespect at all. It's true. It's facts. Like, there's a reason. again, like for him specifically, right? It's like, we'll have him here for a couple weeks at a time. And then again, life happens. I get it. But if it's just like any other skill, right? Like if you're learning how to play guitar and you play it consistently for 2 months, and then you take a 4 month break and you try to go back, what you learned in those 2 months pretty much went down the drain. You got to relearn it again. So that's pretty much the constant cycle, and it's not only for the people in our group. That's just how trading is in general. That's why this is the hardest thing to do because you really need to be consistent at it. It's just like the gym. It's just like the gym. It's cool that you could go to the gym for 2 months, right? After those 2 months, you stop going to the gym for 6 months. All the gains you made down the drain. You gotta start again from scratch. So it is the same thing with trading, right? Until you build that foundation, there's you know until you build that foundation, you can't go and say, all right, I'm done. I'm taking a 4 month break. And even when you still build that foundation, you take a couple months off, couple weeks off, you come back to the charts, you're gonna be a little rusty. But it's gonna be quicker for you to get back on your feet. Once you have that foundation. And that's the problem. Like beginner traders, that's why it's very important. It doesn't matter what skill. This has nothing to do with trading, just life in general. In the beginning stages of whatever it is that you're learning, you have to keep it consistent. It doesn't matter if it's an hour a day, it doesn't matter if it's 10 hours a day, right? Because if you do something consistently every day for an hour a day for a whole year, your foundation grows. It's all you need is an hour a day. And I know for a fact everyone has an hour a day to be able to do something. Again, has nothing to do with trading, just in general. You have an hour a day to go and do something that you want to do. Doesn't matter what life throws at you. You have an hour because you have an hour to sit down and watch that TV show, and you have an hour and a half, 2 hours a day to watch that favorite movie you're watching. You have those 10 minutes a day to watch those pornos. Like you have the time. I promise you have the time. It's just is not what you're passionate about, and that's okay. But you can't be upset if it doesn't work out because you just didn't put in the time. So you know what I mean? That's really the biggest difference. And we've seen it time and time again. Like before you, it was Muhammad, right? Muhammad was in here. He was the first one in our YouTube, in our streams. So yeah, there's a reason why Muhammad was able to start making money from trading, right? There's a reason why Adrian started making cash from trading as well. The reason why you started making money from trading as well, consistently. But then, we could give examples of everybody else. And I'm not going to name drop anybody, but they know who they are. And if the shoe fits, wear it. But there's a reason why everyone else is still where they're at. And again, it's not me talking shit, it's just facts. Like I'm not one to talk shit. I'm not perfect, but it's facts. Yeah. That's really what it is. Hmm. What if the shoe fits, wear it? What are you talking about? Hmm. It's facts though. All right, so ECAD, we're in PCAD territory, right? PCAD territory meaning that we've reached the previous cycle's high. You guys already know for me, PCAD territory, I stay away, right? So looking at the daily time frame, looking at the continuations, I'm not gonna update this just yet. We still have obviously a whole other day for this candle to print. Technically we are at a month of rise, but just in case price wants to fall a little bit, I'm gonna let time. I'll update this tomorrow in tomorrow's isolation session. So nothing to update on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, price gave us lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price gave us a little inducement of the high. So I'm also not going to update the 4-hour highs just yet. But we have a weekly drop, no continuations. And then on the 30 minutes, we had higher high, higher low, higher high. Then price gave us a change of character, lower low. Now this is the only thing here where, let me take a step back real quick so I could really mark this up the right way. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. I don't really like this higher low point, but I'm gonna mark it anyway, even if we do say that this is higher high, higher low, higher high, and then lower low change. I don't want to mark this as lower low, lower high, lower low. I kind of just want to say that all of this is part of the same trends. Yep. No, this pullback doesn't look nice. If it would have been a if it would have been a steeper pullback, I would have felt a little more comfortable saying that, yeah, we could say this is lower low, lower high, lower lows. But even us being under the 800, the fact that we didn't have a valid break is pretty much like a big ass zone of consolidation on a higher time frame. It doesn't look like it, but you know, even saying that but this was a zone of consolidation, we got the break, is like, we did technically, but not really, because we are still trading between lower low, lower high, right? If we would have had, you know, lower low, lower high, lower low zone of consolidation break, and price would have given me a valid break of these highs, then I would have, you know, been in a different situation. I would have said, yeah, this is most likely just the pullback, right? Higher low to continue into the top side, but for now, that doesn't even make sense. And then we had 2 days of drop, which was Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday, price gave us that third day low and finished on a, all right, and then finished on a no net. Wow, I really don't have the motivation to do this tonight. I'm not gonna front. But we already started. Let's just get this shit over with. Really don't even want to be on the charts right now. Euro USD, we are in level 2 push. You know, could we say that this is our second zone of consolidation and we're looking for that level 3 push? We can, but I don't really want to mark it as that right now. However, we are in the area for that, right? We had the double top, push 1, first zone of consolidation on the downtrend, push 2, second zone of consolidation, push number 3, double bottom at the bottom, push 1, first zone of consolidation on the 800 EMA, level 2 to the top side, second zone of consolidation above the 800 EMA, and we're already reaching our peak highs for EU. So, you know, could we say that we're starting that level 3 push to the top side? We can. You know, I'm going to sit here and say that we definitely could say that we are starting that level 3 push to the top side. Now, with this zone of consolidation, I would have loved to have seen price give me a valid break, which we still don't have yet. We already have 3 months of rise. After 3 months of rise, the market must move sideways or go down. The fact that we're at the top of the zone of consolidation, the fact that we don't have a break of the highs, I could see EU starting that downtrend push to go back down to the bottom of the zone of consolidation. So just want to be aware of the areas that we're in and what price could do. Yeah, on EU over here. You're good. Mm, this is that one pair where we were talking about, where you would have to go into like the 4-hour and the 1 hour, go back in time. Market makers pattern most likely in a lot of these. If I had my MT4, I would show you, because I have MT4 all fully marked up. But um, this is one of those situations where you would have to go down into the 4-hour and in the 1 hour in some cases. But for the most recent time, this is our previous peak high that was up here, and this is the peak low that we had. Yeah, I'm looking. that whole zone. From that high. And especially during that time too. Like during COVID time, which is pretty much that year that that price was going at that level. It's very similar to like US30 too, for example. What do you mean? Yeah, we wouldn't be able to go back that far on TradingView. Yeah, use the 4 hour. Right. Like it wouldn't happen like for the most part. There's like a handful of pairs that you would have to go down into like the lower time frames to do it. But it's again it's very rare. Like very very rare. The daily time frame. Right. So right now for EU, I'm not gonna update my daily highs just yet. Um, could we? Yeah, but I'm gonna wait for that valid break first since we're at the top of the zone of consolidation. On the 4 hour time frame, we do have a valid break on the 4 hour. Right, so we have these higher lows over here. And then these higher highs over here. And then we had a week of rise. Then price gave us a week of no nets, so no continuations on the 4 hour time frame. And then on the 30-minute, we have higher high, higher low, higher high. Then price gave us a change of character, lower low. So we are now trading between these lows and those highs. We still have that gap at the bottom of the market. So we'll be patient with EU. There, bro. I'm gonna say it again. Really don't want to do this right now. Weekends like this, where I'm just like not motivated at all to do this, yo, I'll just go to sleep and I'll wake up in the morning and do this shit. I really don't want to do this right now. GA, we're in peak high territory. Oh, but I really gotta do this, man. You know what? This weekly market breakdown is gonna be very bad, guys. I'm so sorry. But I'm gonna just fucking update my charts, man. If I have anything to talk about, I'll talk about it. If we have any questions, just let me know. But since there's nobody really in the chat, it's just me and you, yo. Like, unless you have any questions, Kendall, I'm just gonna fly through this shit. I'm gonna just update what I need to update, and then I'll talk about whatever it is that I gotta talk about. But PCAD territory in GA, we already know I'm not trading it, so I'm just gonna update this and go to the next one. We had 3 days of drop. After 3 days of drop, the market must move sideways or go up. We ended up going up. And STP's already hit for GA as well, so we'll turn that off. That's another thing. Like, I just want to go look through these pairs. Like, yo, is there fucking anything else to trade? It's just gonna be another week where everything is just gonna fucking move, bro. Like, ain't even no point of marking this shit. We got nothing to trade tomorrow. GG already hit STP. Gold already hit STP too. Already did ADR actually. Bitcoin went to fucking hell this weekend. Holy shit, what happened? Yeah, there's a partial government shutdown. Oil also just, as soon as the market opened, just fucking tanked. The fuck? Silver also. What the fuck? Yo, we should have gotten to the trade, yo. I would have retired already. God damn. Alright, yo. So I already turned off the pairs that we don't even need to talk about. So let's go. Did we do GCAD already? I'm not even. I'll do this shit tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. GCAD. GCAD gave us a no net. Yeah, I'm literally about to just do this shit tomorrow in the isolation session. Not about to fucking just sit here tonight and do this shit. He said GJ already hit STP too. And for real? 176 minus 33% is 117. And we've already done 96. This is almost done. Yeah, at the bottom. This could be a good one. Yeah, I'm pissed about GJ too, because you know on Friday, as soon as the market opened, it gave us like a 1 hour engulfing, and I'm like, yo, I want to take it, fuck it. And I didn't fucking take it. I was like, yo, nah, I'ma just chill, bro. It's Friday. Straight to fucking TP. It's like, damn, I was like, damn, I should have fucking taken the goddamn trade, bro. It's like, yo, the one time where I'm like, fuck it, I'm trading Asia session, and I fucking was like, nah, you know what? Let me not do that. Yo, fuck Asia session, bro. Dead ass though. That shit is criminal how much that happens to me. Where it's like the moment where I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should take this trade, and I don't do it. That's the day that markets want to just go straight to TP. And then the fucking days I decide to trade and it's on some bullshit, fucking doesn't even move. Like, alright, bro. Like, they already know, man. And you's already done. We'll come back to that tomorrow night, yo. And then US30. Man, fucking you. Got a day of drop. Let's go to the daily. Now, US30, you know, he's my baby. I gotta update this one no matter what. I don't care how I feel, man. US30, I'm marking you up. You got 2 months of rise. So do I. I gotta clear this shit out. Actually, gotta do that shit right now. So we got 2 months of rise. Mark this up. 3rd month high. The engulfing candle. Then we got higher high, higher low, higher high, where price just gave us an inducement. Just gonna mark this all up. Then we had 2 weeks of no net, and then this week price gave us another no net. So we have 3 weeks where price has been moving sideways. continuations on it. We did have a 4-hour engulfing. Price tapped into it, went straight to TP. And then on the 30, we are still trading between our change of character higher high, just in the zone of consolidation on US30 at this point. Huge zone of consolidation. Pretty much trading between here and here. And then on the 30, same thing, still the same highs and lows. Price tapped in, gave us a day of drop on Friday. So we'll be patient with 30, but that's pretty much it, yo. I'm not gonna do nothing else. I talked about what I wanted to talk about, which is the market makers pattern for Inferno. So hopefully he'll watch the recording. Um, that's pretty much it, man. We'll be back tomorrow morning for the trading session, and then in the isolation session tomorrow, we'll go more into details with everything else with every other pair. But for now, it already seems like STP for the most part for most of these pairs already hit. So I'll let you guys know in the Discord tomorrow morning if we will be trading or not, and then we'll be back again in the isolation session.